This video is an edited recording from my live stream sessions on twitch.tv. If you enjoy my gameplay, visit my account there and follow it to be notified when I'm streaming live. Join us, have a laugh in the chat and enjoy the game with everybody else around. Alright, quest to the left. Not really. I mean, I will use it to its best potential, because I do have ults, but I'm not really desperate after that huge 12 time XP boost that we had for a month. I've pretty much leveled up everything I needed, and now in the double XP weekend it will just be mopping up whatever I have left unfinished with the expansion. Heal up, heal up! What is this quest? I don't know, actually, they're just normal quests on the planet, solo quests. Some of them are part from the planetary main story, others are just side quests given to you by NPCs. This one specifically is called Necessary Detour. Republic Rescue. Okay, it's necessary to go there and do it. See, it's like I have no choice. Can I sneak past these guys? Should be possible. And these as well. The best ability ever for the Sentinel leveling. What was it? Cooldown 45. And screw you. I can fly through you and lose aggro on the move. Oh, I'm not gonna do Sabrosa double XP leveling. I'll probably go through Rishi and Yavin with some of my higher level ults. If I find more available time and I finish 2 and 3 of them and get bored, which is very possible and it's probably gonna happen, I might return to Sabrosa, but the purpose of leveling her is to just enjoy slowly the game and the new leveling of the Sentinel. Not just rush to 55 and 60, because I'm not really sure if and when I'll be using Sabrosa in endgame. If I manage to get her up to 60 with decent gear, and if I find a very good looking legacy set of gear, I'm gonna play with 2 Sentinels, which will be useful for our ults during nightmares. OMFG Pandas. Hi Pandas. I guess this is somehow related to the Panda expansion in WoW. That's the first thought, at least in my mind. How many times have I fallen down? Not once, actually, if I have to be honest. But I jumped down once after we killed Revan, of course. Why? She's not gonna be so bad. So my point was I fell down once, just so I could check what's on the bottom and what happens when you jump down. Simply because you do remember that bottomless pit before the last boss in Dread Fortress. If you haven't fallen down, I won't give away what's down on the bottom. I'm correct, yay! See, I do know something about WoW. I may not be a fan of the game, but I do know about it. Okay, so it's been at least 7, 8, 9 months, I can't remember now, before I decided to jump down in this hole before the Brontes fight. And I was really surprised what there was down on the bottom. I didn't know. You can see it without jumping down. I just never looked. You know, that's the pool with the 2 champion mobs and the little smaller champion mobs. The pool that usually every biochem is dreaming for. And the same pool is actually the favorite for every non-biochem, because they get to push the mobs down in the hole. Therefore, the biochems don't get the loot. So since I've discovered what the hell is on the bottom of this thing, I've started jumping from everywhere whenever possible. For those of you who have seen my first Manaan exploration video on PTS before Manaan was released, and before we discovered that it's a tiny little place with nothing in it, the first thing I did on Manaan was just try to swim. obviously it didn't work. But really, it was the first thing I thought about. Bonus quest. Okay, kill a few more. I can do that. And probably kill the goat guy inside. I don't think there is an operation for beginners. Now, obviously, if you have a group of friends, you could start with the classics. They will give you absolutely no loot, but they're fun, and you get to experience the story in the proper order. By classics, I mean, obviously, Eternity Vault and Karag's Palace. Really fun ops. Extremely straightforward and simple in terms of mechanics and challenge. But I still enjoy thinking about them, not doing them. I don't think I want to do them ever again. For getting gear, it would have to be story mode of Ravagers and Temple of Sacrifice. If you have the gear obtained from Rishi and Yavin, it's crap, but it's good enough to get you through a 16-man run of Pug or even better friends through those two operations. Especially if you're a healer or DPS. If you're a tank, it's a little bit tougher because you have to read a little bit or watch videos and see what the mechanics are. It's a lot more complicated to explain to a tank what they have to do if they haven't seen the boss before. So if you don't want to angry people and annoy people, if you want to tank, that's not just you, that's to everybody who's thinking of trying ops for the first time. Be a little bit prepared as a tank. As a DPS, the very few brief ideas and suggestions from the leader will be enough for you to get a grasp of what you're doing. For the healer, you always stay behind and always heal. You can ask Jim about that. He's been doing that for all his life, right, Jim? He shared with me one day, I'm gonna try and play a melee DPS, and 3 days later, oh, I'm gonna delete my melee DPS. That's Jim's story. And of course, if you want to do ops between 55 and 60, you can do it after 60, but you won't get many good rewards. You could keep doing TFB, Scum and Villainy, DF, and DP. All those are good. They're good for the story if you care to follow a story. They could be good for your gear. If not for raw stats, at least you'll be able to loot some pieces, some token pieces, which will give you set bonus. Set bonus is twice better than any other non-bonus gear. Don't look at the raw stats. Like for example, if you have 162 armorings with a set bonus attached to it, don't ruin the set bonus, keep the armoring, and don't replace it with 196, 192. Keep the old armoring. Believe me, the stat bonus is not as good as the set bonus. I hope you get my point, because I don't think I explained that very neatly. Oh yeah, back on the idea of using this Sentinel in endgame. If I ever start doing that, they will have to release some kind of a decent looking legacy bound gear so I can switch between Vulkk and Sabrosa. It would be good to have an ult to farm with good gear. But Vulkk is using the specific monk suit. If you don't know which one this is, you're probably visiting my stream for the first time. Welcome! But I've been using on Vulkk the monk suit for at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years now, I can't really remember. And it's really my favorite. It's not legacy bound, which is the hugest drawback for it.
Force the Empire off an occupied planet all day.
I'll keep that in
Your
mind.
little guardian.
Securing the area.
How little is your guardian? 57, 58? The day we can be Ewoks, which, you know, reminds me, I want to quickly go check. Do you think they keep the article, excuse me, on the official website when they announced the Sarlacc as a playable race or playable species? I don't know how to search, but let's try searching the internet, not the official website. There must be some kind of archived stories about that. Nope, that's a forum link. Because I can't transfer the mods, and extracting mods all the time between one character to another is incredibly expensive. Plus, the suit Vulkk is using is also very expensive because it's mostly consisting of Wookiee Life Day robe and leggings. They're very rare and the price is very high. Oh, Katabi, of course, yeah. I'm not really thinking straight. Of course I know that wannabe DPS Guardian. Where the hell is Sarlacc? Oh, there it is. It's a link from an external site, blog, whatever. But if you haven't seen the article, oh, there it is. Take a look, guys. And I'm gonna quickly show it to you here on screen. But if you haven't seen that before, it was released. Wow, it's actually buggy. Before the release of the game, I think. This article is so old. Sarlacc Enforcer. Oh no. That's a lore page for the Sarlacc, I think. It's not really the playable race. It was for April's Fool. A stupid joke they did 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago. I'm gonna stop looking for it because it's really not that important. But you made me remember that when you mentioned the Javas as a playable race. I finished that quest. Next one. Which one is the lesser evil? Yeah, I think I will teleport there and manually walk to the other places. That's a good point. Life Day robe is probably in my collection, or probably it isn't. Why don't I just go and check it? If I can remember where to find it. Cartel Market. Reputation. Packs. Armor. Should be here somewhere. Wow. There are way too many pages. The Wookiee Life Day robe was available as a standalone, if I'm not mistaken. This means it should appear here somewhere. Or maybe it won't. It would definitely be nice if it's here. I don't remember this one. Artist's armor set. I mean, I don't remember seeing it. Oh, okay. There are a lot more pages available. It's red, so default color is red, so it should be very easy to spot if it's here somewhere. But unfortunately I don't see it. 21. It was added to the game very early for the first celebration, I believe. I mean in the winter of 2012. So it's kind of, hey, there it is. Life Day robe. See, this item is not currently in your collection and cannot be reclaimed. Once this item is collected, you might transfer copies of it to your inventory. I don't know why this is the case. Could it be because I bought it from the GTN? Well, whatever the reason is. Oh yes, it is because I don't think I own all three of those. I definitely have the robe and the vestments, but I think I never bought the boots. Probably if I buy the boots, this thing will unlock in the collection. Unless it's too late.
Come back.
Yep, that must be the issue. I don't have all the parts. I forgot that it consists of 3 parts. The boots is the one thing I'm missing. I really hope that you're right. If that's the case, I'll definitely go buy it. Regardless of how expensive it is, it's always nice to have it. And I wonder if I buy it on a different character. For example, I have the robe and the vest on Vulkk. What if I buy the boots on a different character? Will I still have the collection and where it will be unlocked? One character will have 2 parts, the other one will have 3 parts. And you know it's unlocked for the specific character. If you want to transfer it to your full account, you have to pay some extra CC. Something like 200, 250 I think was the price to unlock it globally. It's not very expensive. But the problem is, even if I get it, I won't be able to transfer it with the mods. And I don't want any of my other characters to look like Vulkk. Vulkk should be unique. Yeah, I guess you're right. I have to wear everything at the same time on the same character. Here is my elevator. Oh, wait. Oh, that was luck. Yeah, okay. I did a good choice jumping down. Do you have to also wear the armor? I mean, yeah, obviously when you equip it, you consider wearing it. But I don't think you have to wear it all at the same time, do you? Now, please tell me I can go there. Because I wanna have a spawn point available. I don't remember this camp. Still no Doc, nope. I get Doc in the end. So I still have quite a few quests to do before I can get him. And as you see, I've been roaming around doing other stupid quests, but I haven't done yet his specific one. Okay, that one is done. I should have a spawn point here somewhere. Or at least I was hoping. But the speeder location is still nice. What are you?
What's this all about? Those Imperial...
Alright. Fine, I'll go do the quest. Recover resistant supplies. I think the boots are the least expensive of all 3 items, because pretty much nobody pays attention to them, especially if you're using the robe. The robe is covering the boot, so it doesn't matter too much which boot you're using. And that's probably the reason why I never bought them. I have played both 1 and 2. I bought the 3rd Dragon Age. I played the first Dragon Age 3 times, I believe, but I didn't finish the 3rd one. I played the expansion to the first game just once, but I wanted to see the story. It wasn't as good as the original game. I played the 2nd game once and I barely finished it because I was extremely dissatisfied with what BioWare produced for us. And I'm really intrigued or actually impatient to start playing the 3rd one. I've been saving it for God knows when and why. I've been thinking of how to play it so I can enjoy it myself, but not enjoy it myself. And it won't happen over here on my stream channel. It might happen on YouTube on my 2nd channel. Or maybe on Hitbox. I've been thinking of giving Hitbox a try. Not as a replacement, but just as an alternative. A place where I can enjoy other games besides Star Wars. My channel here has become known. It's not big, I know, but it's still known. And every time people visit my channel here on Twitch, they know what they expect to see Star Wars, and that's what we're doing. I don't think it would be a good idea if we start mixing up other games. Plus, I don't play them very often. And if I start, you guys will show up because you enjoy watching my gameplay. But then you people will visit the channel and they follow because I'm playing their favorite game, which I'll probably never play again. And then we come into a weird circle on Twitch. That's very annoying to get out of. I will, yes, I will go buy the boots on Vulkk, and I will activate them on Vulkk, don't worry. I'm not really eager to get the set, but you never know if it will be available next holiday season again. They usually make it available.
Master. Stay down. Lightsaber choke.
I like the gameplay of the second Dragon Age, by the way. It's not the gameplay itself that put me off, because many people claimed and shamed the gameplay mechanics. I enjoy that. I don't mind a little bit more simplistic combat system, because we got a little bit more action out of it. That's not such a bad thing. It could be bad looking at the history from BioWare and their specific role-playing games. I was really disappointed with the graphics of the game, and more specifically the environment. We were seeing the very same background every second time we switched an instance. It was insanely annoying. Snowballs. Oh, we had jokes and fun with the snowballs during the last Christmas and New Year's celebration in the game when it appeared for the first time. This year I didn't throw a single snowball. I just didn't have anything I wanted from the vendors anymore. But last year it was fun. We were specifically having breaks during raids so we can snowball each other and snowball the boss. At that point, what was it? Dread Fortress and Dread Palace hard mode was the end game. I don't know if I want to keep going that way. If I'm not mistaken, this here is reserved for the bonus quests, the bonus story on Balmora, which I will probably not be doing. I remember my second character in Dragon Age Origins was an elf, simply because it was the type of elf in that game that nobody expected. Pretty much from the lore of the elves, everywhere in other games, books and movies, we expect the elves to be highborn, something noble.
I took out those
And the elves, most of the elves in Dragon Age were just pitiful creatures living in the forests and scraping off of the whatever is left over on the floor. I have, yes. Welcome back to you as well. Thank you for visiting. How are you, Chris? You have been around on my Facebook all week, I've noticed. So it's not like you've missed me too much.
Please explain. What exactly?
Seriously, the game requires, I mean, forces you to have a quad core. That's crazy. The port is insanely stupidly done, actually. Especially before the first update, the movement was ugly and uncomfortable. All the mechanics, especially the fight, was very clumsy. Everything in this game was obviously designed for console gameplay, unfortunately. And the port was not good. No. I have to do this quest finally. I know there will be more quests there, but I'm gonna go back to Bugtown anyway for something else now. Necessary detour. So I might as well finish the quest for Doc, and then I'll go hand them both in. And we'll see. I don't remember exactly when I get Doc, but it should be after the main story finishes and when I take off. That's why I bought Inquisition in November, I think the late November or the beginning of December, but I started playing it a little bit. I played like 2 or 3 hours. The game is very long and it starts very slowly. That's annoying. But I've decided to save it up a couple of months because I didn't have too much time available to play anything else besides Star Wars at this point. Preparing for the expansion, 12 time XP boost and everything else that was available here to us. I also wanted to wait a little bit, so a couple of patches were released to fix the issues for the PC port. I don't have a console.
Just as I hoped.
No mate, it's a hood up, but I'm using Berserker headgear. Without the Berserker headgear, that's how it looks. I don't know why it reminds me of a pajama, somehow. Second to last, damn it. Okay, so there is a little bit more to be done. Oh yes, and thank you for saying the name, because obviously I forgot. Fortified Defender, no clue where it is from. By the looks of that set, it feels like it's gonna be expensive on GTN. Wow, everything turned out so quiet for a moment.
Glad to be back.
In my head, here in the game.
Are exceeding my expectations. Sobrik's forces have been cut by almost 2/3. Keep up the pressure.
Let's go.
What do you mean, which Raptors? There are 3 versions of Raptors. Are you talking about the Nightmare mode? I wouldn't be surprised if the challenges are possible with less DPS than before. And whatever you're talking about, do not exclude the Combat Sentinel or Carnage Marauder. Their general DPS is not as high as the Merc. Probably the burst DPS is not as high as Operative, but it's still very strong and definitely strong enough to do Raptors. It does look like the level 50 set from Corellia, yes. I don't think the one on Corellia has those engravings on the cape, because this thing makes it look a lot cooler. And I'm not really sure if the shoulder pads are the same, but it is reminding me as well of the Corellia set, which I was using on Vulkk 3 years ago. Looking back in time, it's surprising how few available sets we had in the game, and how everything was restricted, medium, light, and heavy armor. And then many of them did not have mods, because the mod system was not so heavily represented yet. I mean, yes, if you wanted to be best in slot gear, you were supposed to use mods, but back then we didn't have mods on many of the belts and wrists. What else? Oh, the relic. How funny it was. The relic, most of the non-endgame relic were bound to... Oh, I'm going to the wrong direction. Most of the relic, if you remember, were bound to light side and dark side points, this scale up. And you were not allowed to use relic if you don't have the maximum, what is it? Tier 5 light or dark, for example. The funny thing was, as soon as you do a wrong choice and you get wrong points, you drop a tier, and from tier 5 you drop to tier 4 minus 200, for example, and your relic immediately becomes unusable. Useless. Maelstrom. I can't remember. I mean, I've never paid attention what's dropping there. Is it orange? You have to go back to the Merc. It's not a bad class.
Master.
Especially if you play the middle spec, I would definitely keep telling you that it's a fun class. It's not the best spec to play in endgame, but to me personally it's the most fun one. And I think this should be the last part for the dock quest. Don't make me do other things, let me go back to dock. Buffering, no! Don't say that.
Perfect. Sobrik's defenses have been reduced to
Oh, not in
bare
PvP,
minimum.
yeah,
The
okay.
resistance team is heading in.
I was thinking
I think it's best that you follow
operations.
and keep an eye on them. Too much is riding on this mission.
I'll make sure our allies come back alive.
The resistance team identified a vehicle depot as their best access point to the Imperial computer system.
I've done those slash
Transmitting
points,
the
yep.
grid coordinates now. I'll continue monitoring Sobrik.
I also
If I
soloed
see
them
trouble,
when
I'll
actually
alert you
soloing the hard modes
Keep our
was
new friends
at least
safe.
remotely
Over
challenging.
and out.
Whoa. And I have videos of those things on my YouTube channel. If any of you wants to check them out, but you don't want to bother playing through the flashpoints and finding the quests and so on. It's a little story arc. Just like it is on the Republic side, there is the similar one for the Imperial. It's not the same story though. It's pretty much first is happening on the Republic side and then it's happening on the Imperial side. And I dare to say that this part involving Revan in the mid-levels, in those 4 flashpoints, 2 Republic, 2 Imperial,
Sorry, I don't
the
think
story
we've
is a
been
lot better than what we got
You're
in the
telling
new
me because
expansion.
this
I mean, it was fun and entertaining and
violence only
interesting
begets
to see
more
Revan
violence.
again. I was expecting more. Good Revan and bad Revan. 10,000 threads on the forums. Nice. I haven't visited the forums to see how many threads the Sentinel and Marauders had. Sentinel and Marauder, when I was actually more often reading the forums on the official website, were one of the most active mini communities there. And it's only understandable, the glow sticks are attracting most people. And new people tend to ask a lot more questions. Therefore, the most active forums were the Jedi Knight and the Sith Warrior.
You're done.
And I'm really interested to see what the people think of the changes coming to 3.1.1. They promised more changes, but unfortunately there hasn't been anything announced for now. Oh, phone call, give me a moment. Да, вспомним, че беше проблем има дявола, ще мина 10 минути още за да послушам това. А вярно, той е събота, да. Забравя. Няма да по-интересно, ще той да ме свърши работа. Приятел викам. Sorry, I forget to do that. Well, you get to enjoy weird sounding Bulgarian speech. That was the vet regarding my dog. The dog is fine, it's just that up until recently we didn't have a centralized systems for when we are putting those small chips inside the dog for tracking and just for marking them. I don't know how to call that in English. And now I have to bring the official papers for me being the owner of the dog so that they can complete the information in the system, because everything is working centralized now apparently. What did I miss? What I do remember about the trooper in general, and obviously about the merc, they were extremely low, not low, but bad healers in the beginning and mediocre DPS. Slowly, very slowly, they started buffing them with one patch, second patch, third patch, and so on. And at one point during last summer, one of their specs became insanely overpowered, and it still is. I'm talking about raw DPS, not about performance in PvP. I also believe that if you do, maybe not for rank, but for regular PvP, if you do a 4-man pre-made, you can just pretty much roll over everything else with a proper merc, with whatever spec you want to play them. They're good, they just need a little bit of healing and defense, and if you have a healer and a tank in the group, you're set. I mean, it's an unfair advantage, obviously, because you're doing a pre-made.
Ready for anything.
And most people these days are not. One of these, 30 minutes, that should be enough. Sniper is most focused for another reason. If you leave a sniper alive, they will just demolish you in no moment, in no time. The problem with snipers is if they're left alone, they do high damage, but if you focus them quickly, they cannot do the damage because they have to start moving, and sniper, even after the changes, is still a not mobile class. That's my theory. Yet again, I haven't done a single ranked PvP game in Season 3, and I don't know if I will do anything in Season 4. It's just the lag is too annoying, and I know in ranked PvP the lag is almost non-existent because it's only 4 and 4. But still, I haven't done ranked PvP since Season 2, and even then I wasn't really enjoying it that much. I don't know why. It's probably because in ranked PvP, even though you're doing solo queue, you still have to rely very heavily on the people around you. And as I've mentioned many times before, for some reason I prefer solo, which is not possible. Oh, it is the wrong way, yes, thank you for reminding me. Let's do this. Actually, what the hell is this one? Heroic 2, oh no thanks. I was going probably for the Heroic 2, which is not a good idea. Wow, these guys are all dead. Hi Doc, be mine. Or else.
Access the Imperial network?
Already downloaded everything. We were leaving when the Imperial medical transport landed for refueling. Avers and his men opened fire.
Almorant scum! Murderers! My men are dying. We'll never reach the med center now.
You just made my season, imp. Bet you've got some choice gear on that transport.
Many people fail to understand, and I get the reason why, some things that are actually useful to unlock for free to play and preferred guys are very expensive. The way they're expensive is because they're rare, and they really should be expensive. And you cannot obviously buy them yourself because you don't have that much money, simply due to the restriction of the game. What you do is you subscribe, you collect money, you give it to a friend to hold off on them, and you ask that friend to buy stuff for you while you prefer to free to play. Obviously, if you have been a subscriber, you will never be a free to play again. Nobody should play as free to play. Buy something from the store, whatever it is, for 1, 2, 5, 50 cartel coins, whatever it is, just buy something to become preferred to those of you guys who might never tried it. You want to be preferred player because the restrictions are a lot lighter. They're still annoying, but leave.
It's too
Yeah, I
late.
haven't done
Get
the
out
dark
of here.
side.
I'll be right behind you.
Here.
I
take these
believe
med
it's
kits.
350,
Maybe the collar cords won't
350,000.
find you.
I hope they tear you limb from limb.
I'm meeting Warren at these coordinates. I'll see you there.
Idiot. Does he really think these medkits will help us?
You won't need them.
What are you... No! No!
Lightsaber jerk. Take that.
Sorry, Larkin. Whoa. What the hell are you doing here? Cute monsters? Oh. You're not so cute.
This planet is
Any more?
officially off my relaxing vacation list.
I don't think I've heard that from Kira before. This planet is officially off my relaxing list. Fine, Kira. I will never take you with me again. You rot on the ship. Rendezvous with Warren Sidoru. Oh no. Not there. Maybe I should. That's a good suggestion. Who knows if I'm dumb enough to play a third Sentinel, so you guys will finally be pissed off and ditch me forever and never return to watch. Maybe then I'll try the last different option.
Love what they've done with the place.
What are you talking about, Kira? Nothing has done everything with the place. What was... Oh, quest inside.
Master.
I don't know how I should accept that, not the worst Sentinel. Hey,
Welcome
you're hurting
back.
my pride.
The satellite system's down and the battle's over. With command down, the Imperials didn't know which way was up. We reclaimed countless Republic and Balmoran defenses. Leaving those Hawkeyes behind was a difficult choice, but I think it was the right one.
Sarkis took my choice
You
very
know,
hard.
well, I absolutely
noticed.
agree with that
You
state.
took the first transport
Those
out of
people
here.
who left in the first few
You did what
months,
was
they were
best
just
for
the
the
jumpers. I'm not saying
There's no
they're
shame
bad
in
players, bad PvPers, or
Either
bad or
way,
whatever they want to do.
you'd likely be standing
They're
in a
just the
bomb-bound
jumpers.
mess
They
if it
switch
wasn't for
between
you.
every new game
You
that
got my
appears on the
thanks.
market, played
a
for
lot
a
of
few
Balmora
months, they
left.
jump to the next
What's your
one
next
after
move?
that.
Get into more populated
Some of them
areas.
have
Start
a
contacting
constant
the
game that
locals.
they return to
Our
from time
next
to
major
time,
offensive is
which they
Imperial
call their
headquarters in
main
the city of
game.
Sobrik. There's a sizable
But
Balmoran
there are so
resistance
many
set up
new
nearby.
releases
Met
happening
Tower,
all the
resistance
time.
leader, requested our
It's
aid.
really nearly
The
impossible
satellite system kept us from answering. I'd like to send you.
to
Anyone fighting the Empire
return to
can
your main
consider
game
me
if
an
you're a
ally.
jumper.
Beck's a bit of a patriot. He'll like your attitude. I'll let Beck know you're heading in that direction.
Oh, DK,
He'll
you're
be
claiming both
I've got
titles.
to get back to
Maybe
troop
you want to leave
deployment.
one of them
I'm
for
certain
me.
we'll
If
cross
Jim
paths
was still
again.
around, which I believe he's not, he might tell you. I'm best at least one thing. I'm best at waking up CC targets, staying on the red circles, just generally obeying all the Sentinel rules. Next one is not in Bugdown. What exactly stopped me? Oh, a log. Yep, it is. It's very heavy focusing on PvE, if you can call that focusing, with all the latest bugs that we've witnessed.
Reminder, mechanized travel is for official business only.
Don't start the war. If you have to leave, Lex, thanks for visiting and I hope you come back. Whatever you're doing, guys, don't start the war. Arguing in the chat is not gonna be beneficial for you or for me. And I have to say the thing that sounds extremely stupid, but come on, be gentlemen. Well, one for the Sentinel, one for the Marauder. That's what I meant. Storm. Main quest here, second quest here. I don't think I want to do a two-man heroic, even though it's possibly easy. And I may have done it before. How the hell do I go up now? I really hope it's from here. Because I don't... Oh no, I think it was from this. Right. Screw it. Let's go the easy and shortcut. Thank you. The military workshop. Where do we have the lifts? Hey lifts, where are you? Good morning, Johnson. What's the time in your time zone? Oh, lifts. Look at this. Maybe quest first.
When the doctor arrived without you, I feared the worst.
Thought you were right behind me. What took you so long?
I was busy covering your escape. Those colloquids were hungry.
9:30. Damn, your weekend is just
I
starting.
couldn't finish this mission without you. This is Nicolin Cord, one of the top resistance leaders. He analyzed the data we obtained from Sobrik, found us a lead.
One of our spies was captured weeks ago, attempting to steal what might be the Empire's cloaking device project. The data revealed where she's
We
being
talked
held.
about that last week. I don't know how many of you guys were around at this specific point, but that's one of my reasons why I don't like streaming PvP anymore. I do enjoy playing it, not as active as 2 or 3 years ago, but I still do it from time to time, and you might call that my PvP experience is casual in today's terms, because if I was doing it often enough, I would be probably 100 Valor on at least 2 or 3 characters, but I didn't keep my activities. And back on the topic, I stopped streaming PvP because it attracts
Disable the blast chute
angerment,
before they close.
just
Then the base would be ours.
genuinely
We'd have to
negative
distract that Imperial regiment,
attitude
create an
and arguments like what we witnessed. I wasn't actually reading the argument between you guys,
Resistance
but
must be part of this.
I hope that
Spy won't talk if I'm not there.
you keep the good tone in the chat and have fun. There is no
I believe
point
you
joining
to
the
penetrate
stream
base and
if we are
deactivate
going
those
to
blast
argue with
shields
each
ahead
other.
of our arrival.
Get your forces ready, Colonel. We leave immediately.
I can guarantee an enthusiastic response. I'll prepare my forces to move out.
I have a feeling it's become a lot darker here somehow in the last few minutes.
That resistance leader.
Oh, the
Let's
webcam
keep an
picks
eye
up
on him.
nice colors.
His spy is the key
My
to our
face
victory,
looks pale
and he knows
white.
it. Get inside the
Am I
Empire's
turning
base
into
and
a zombie?
deactivate those blast shields.
Very possible.
We'll be waiting for your signal.
Oh, what? Where is my commendation? I don't know. That's a good question. What the hell happened? Ooh, utility point. Seriously, wasn't it 36? Guess not. 36 will be an important upgrade, because opportune attack, not execute, will additionally increase the critical chance of Blade Storm by 100%. So the proc will be even more important than before. And I could pick, let's see which one would be most beneficial for leveling in purpose. I use Jedi Promulgator. I cannot read these things. Never trying to remember them. I just remember where they're located. Defensive row. This could be good for a couple of quests maybe until I get Doc as my active companion. Or let's see, something else could be more beneficial for leveling. Force camouflage, not so bad if I want to skip things. Hi Bark 2, good afternoon, or maybe a morning. Displacement, increase the range of pacify, no thanks. Well, pretty much there is nothing really more useful. Thank you for the repost. That picture is connected with the title. Today, after I woke up, it was that much snow, about 15 centimeters outside. Nothing was cleared. Very annoying. Okay, defensive boost it will be. And I went to do some shopping before I started up my stream, so I can only attempt to describe to you guys how annoying it was walking in the snow with 2 huge bags, because the store is very close and we don't go with a car. We just go manually.
Thank you for watching this video. Remember, you can find me also on Twitch, Twitter and Facebook. For my non-Star Wars activities, I invite you to subscribe to my second YouTube channel.